Hi everyone, and welcome to the Tracee Ford channel. I am Tracee Ford. We are going to continue our journey with spirit animals, and the spirit animal that we're going to discuss this week is the raven. And most of the time when I say the word the raven, they automatically think of Edgar Allan Poe. And it is very practical as to why people think this, because Edgar Allan Poe did compose a poem story about a raven. The raven automatically signals mystery. They are associated with warnings as well as messages. They are the messenger, and they signal the arrival of magic in your life even. So they are often looked upon very negatively, but they aren't. They are excellent message bringers. That's what they do. A raven arriving in your life most of the time means that there are changes that are coming, or that can be made in your life. And if you have dreams that you want to make a reality, the arrival of this raven signals that the time is now. The raven will take you, unfortunately, to the darkest places in your inner self. They will make you face those consequences, those fears, those conflicts, because their job is to bring you through by healing. And unless you, without facing all of those things, you cannot heal. The raven totem symbolizes intelligence, mystery, and the ability to learn very fast. More than likely, you are a very quick learner. And this animal is starkly different than the last two animals that we've talked about. The raven is a quickly moving guide, and it swoops in and it makes things happen. And as a result, you have to roll with it really quick. It's very unlike the turtle. The turtle is very slow and very deliberate, whereas the raven is full of magic, and they're very fast moving animals. Folks who practice magic and spell work can actually be helped by the raven. And the raven is what's called a divination animal. And it can arrive because the knowledge that you may already have about success and magical practices are amplified by that raven. In other words, cosmic forces are already well at work in your life, and the arrival of the raven actually intensifies that. So let's learn about a little bit of history regarding the raven. According to some of the blogs that I've read, tribal people see the raven as what's called a hero god. And they see this hero god as either an entity that actually created the world, or who actually assisted in its creation. And many tribal people know the raven as a spirit who provides aid, but who also is problematic and a troublemaker. The raven is also known as a trickster. So they often associate the arrival of a raven with hardship. But the raven's ability to trick people often comes with setting things right. So, in other words, the things are already wrong to begin with, and the raven tricks the recipient or the person into changing things so that things are made right. And in a way, you could say that the raven is actually a teacher, not a trickster. When the raven comes to you, it may signal that it's time for you to sit back and reevaluate who you are. And it also may be a time for rebirth. Another interesting fact is that the raven is an illusionist, not necessarily a trickster, but an illusionist. which isn't surprising given its powerful magic. And they can help you wrap your brain around things that you don't necessarily understand. When we have things happen to us that we know that no one else would ever believe, it may be the raven at work. The raven works very, very diligently and very, very hard to tear down your preconceived notions about life and those limiting situations. And they can take the curtain down and show you that all things are actually possible. The raven is a driving force behind the belief that everything can be attainable and everything is possible. If you have questions about this particular episode, please feel free to comment. I will always put the references in the links so that you can look it up and do your own research. And if you would happen to need to set up any times with me or readings, please don't hesitate to reach out. My social media tags are at the end of this. Otherwise, love and light to you. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you next time.